Hi, Dr. Heather here from Wellspring Chiropractic Lifestyle Center. Today we're talking about low back pain and things that you can do to help your low back. And specifically, I want to cover what are the strengthening exercises that you can do. So we talked about squats in another video, and that's one that's good for flexibility, but also building strength, especially if you go slowly with it. But the other things that I really like for building the core, one is called a plank. And so with a plank, you're going to be down on the ground where, similar to doing a push-up, but you're just going to hold that posture. And you can use your elbows instead of your being up on your hands or your wrists. And you can, when you do the plank, you want to make sure that your whole body is as straight as a plank. So you don't want to have your torso dropping down, and you don't also want to have your butt up in the air. You want to have as straight as possible. And your goal is to be able to do 2 minutes of a plank. And the studies have shown that if you can do a 2-minute plank throughout your life, even into old age, that's going to be a very protective exercise that you can do for your spine as far as core strengthening. I prefer the plank much more than people that try to strengthen their core doing sit-ups. The plank is actually much more effective for that. So doing the plank properly is key, and just start out doing it, even just holding it for 10 seconds. And then each day you can just do a little bit more and build on that. The other thing that I like to do is something that I learned from Dr. Eric Goodman, and he has a program that's called the Foundation Training Exercises. And so the key thing to this is it's actually teaching people a healthy way to bend as well. And the idea is that you're going to be lifting your tailbone up and back as you bend forward, and your hands will go out in front of you to counterbalance. And the key thing is lifting that tailbone up so that you can feel the stretch in the back of your hamstrings, and your weight should be sitting back on your heels as you do this. So as you're bending forward, your hands would be stretching out in front of you as your tailbone stretches out behind you. And you want to lift that tailbone up so that you can feel that stretch in the back of the hamstrings. So those two exercises I find are the most powerful for building strength for the low back and that whole posterior kinetic chain, which is all of the muscles from the back of your skull all the way down to your heels. And if those muscles are all working together, that's going to give you the most power and protection for your spine. If when you're bending, you round out your back so that you're hunched as you're bending, then you're isolating a very small group of muscles in the low back, and you're setting yourself up for injury. So it's really important to lift that tailbone up, and the foundation training exercises are excellent for teaching that. So I hope that you found that this was useful, and if you did, then you may also be interested in our new patient special that you can click on the link below to get to. It'll tell you more about it, and if you'd like to take advantage of that, then I look forward to meeting you.